This week we finish the book of Leviticus. We're going to read two Parshas, Behar and Bechukosai. What I'd like to pull out from these two Parshas is this idea of gift giving that we spoke about last week, where we spoke about the different love languages and how to impose those upon the Jewish holidays. So we're coming up to the holiday of Shavuos, where God gives us the Torah. Torah is something that belongs to God, that God gave to us, the Jewish people, as a guidebook for how to live our lives. And in it we read about how to be in this world. One of those things that we read about, amongst the many, many, many things that we will never learn all of the Torah, is that God created the world with kindness, that the foundation of this world is kindness, and that we too are enjoined to live our lives with kindness at its foundation. So we have the gift of the Torah that's spoken about in this week's Torah portion. The other gift that we read about a lot in these Torah portions are the gift of the land. The land of Israel belongs to God. God says, this is my land, and I'm giving it to you, the Jewish people, to look after it, to take care of it, to let it rest every 7th year, every 50th year, that it is a land that belongs to God, but is being gifted to the Jewish people. So protect it and look after it and live well in that land, but recognize that it is a gift. So we have the gift of Torah. We have the gift of the land of Israel. We have the gift of life, that our very lives are a gift that God gives us, that we are not entitled to anything, that God created us with a desire to give to us, that God created the creation to bestow goodness upon the creation, that we have to earn that by how we live in this world, which brings us to another gift that God gives us, which is the gift of free will, the freedom to choose how we live in this world. And there are many things that are out of our control, for sure, but there are some things that are in our control, and those things we are held accountable for. It matters what we do, and it matters how we think, and it matters whether we choose to have a relationship with God or not. And so I think these Torah portions are pointing us to the idea that we should use our free will to choose life, to choose to act with kindness, to choose to connect ourselves to the divine, to not separate ourselves, to cleave to God, to be conduits by which we bring divine light into the world, to be partners with God in furthering creation, so that we can reach that day where there is peace on earth for all, that we get to that point where we have achieved the end goal of what these days are, which is to have an intimate relationship with God, without war and with only peace. So I'd like to recap that the things that we are gifted with, that I would like to pull out amongst the other things that we're gifted with, is the gift of the Torah, the gift of a relationship with God, the gift of our lives, the gift of our land, and the gift of free will, to be able to be responsible and freely choose to have that relationship with God and to live according to God's ways, that we should walk in God's ways humbly and with peace, and that God should bring peace to the whole earth soon and in our days.